Hello and welcome to Two Mouths,
No Breaks.
episode 5.
Yeah, we're getting them
We're
done.
getting there.
Getting them done.
Once again, follow us, like us,
Comment.
YouTube,
The Book of Faces.
and the TikTok.
Yes, the TikTok.
The TikTok.
We post some random content on the TikTok.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It is.
At least we find it funny. But yeah, go over on Facebook, like our page. Probably post over there sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you got any questions we
Questions,
want us
yeah.
to answer and that sort of stuff. And the YouTube will be videos for those platforms that we only upload audio. So we'll post a video if you want to see our faces. Maybe you don't, but you know.
Yeah, anywho.
When that front-facing camera kicks on and you... we promise we don't use the front-face camera. For
Anyways,
recording.
we have some breaking news.
Yes. You've heard us talk about the feral child.
Yes.
Dane. He and a gentleman named Woodrow.
A gentleman.
I mean, he has to sound sophisticated if he's with the feral.
True enough.
They're going to start their own news talk broadcast, and it's going to be called UBAP News Talk, live from Cincinnati.
Home of the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, that seems to be the feral child's favorite baseball
Yes.
team. There'll be some guests doing weather reports over there.
News reports.
News reports. There might be two males over there doing
Yeah,
news
yeah.
reports if the feral thinks we're all right to do it. If
Depends
it's
on-
two moms, okay.
Depends on if we take him to the Chick-fil-A.
The Lord's chicken.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll let you know when they get up and going with that. Yeah, that's a project they're working
Yeah.
on.
Support local.
Support for Woodrow
Yes.
to do news talk with the feral child. But it should be good. Should be a lot of fun.
A lot of
Seeing
laughs.
Lots of laughs. More at the feral child laughing at other people than people
Yeah.
laughing at the feral child.
Things
Because
you would never think you would hear coming out of a living room.
yeah, we heard some of that today.
Or glow sticks being
It's
thrown
all-
in the ceiling fan.
Yeah, it was their own little rave the other
Yeah.
night. We recorded on the 4th of July, and they had some glow sticks
Yeah.
that was being thrown in the ceiling fan in the dark. So
Courtesy of
Woodrow. But that kind of stuff might be on the
Yeah.
WBAP story. So we'll let you know when they start recording. So what?
on the counter.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah. Look
Tangent.
at that. Hey, Patch, how's it hanging, big guy?
Hey, bro.
How's
It's
it going?
going. Anyway.
Anyways, today we're going to talk about our husbands.
Yes.
The anchors, the dead weight sometimes. I mean, we're the funnies, you know.
Yes.
We have to
Yeah.
carry them a lot,
We
you know.
do.
If we're out in a social setting, which we don't do very often.
If we do.
Lots of alcohol. And we get funnier with alcohol. At least we think
We
do.
think so, yeah.
We think we do. But we
Yeah.
have some funny stories.
We do.
And some, you know, not so funny stories, but we find them hysterical about
Yeah.
the husbands.
Yeah.
That one's Woodrow. Miss Payne belongs to Woodrow. Well, Woodrow belongs to Miss
Yes.
Payne. Yeah. And I have Bill. The boys
Bill.
call him Phyllis. Phyllis Willis. Don't know
Phyllis
why.
Willis.
Morris Gamble.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why.
It all kind of rhymes.
Well, I mean, you know, it's pretty funny when you hear
Phyllis
one of
Willis.
them say Phyllis, and you turn around and it's just 300-pound man. But that's what they've decided to call him lately, and that's what they're going to call him lately. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to give a little funny story here or there about them.
Here or there.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, but
Yeah.
we've kind of narrowed it down for this one. There'll be more, I'm sure, about the husbands.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Especially the first story is going to be about Woodrow, and
In a onesie.
we're talking button crotch,
Yes, yes.
like baby onesie.
Yeah.
Except it was
It's blue with a collar.
yeah. Was it fuzzy material or was it just
No, it's
regular
cotton.
material?
Yeah.
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 I'm not going to say who buttoned the crotch for him because he could not.
No.
But yeah.
All you hear, hey, I need help. Not it.
But yeah, we had just tried to expand our social circle.
We did.
So we had some new friends
We
over.
had a pool party.
Yeah, and we had some new friends
Yeah.
over. Newsflash, they're not friends of us anymore.
Woodrow's fault.
Well, I mean, we can blame him.
Yeah.
So we're out hanging by the pool. Woodrow makes his grand debut
Yes.
in this onesie. And one of the women that was here, the wife of she promptly points out that we could see what?
A nut.
Yeah, hey, Woodrow, just so you know, we can see your nuts.
Nuts.
I mean, we knew he was crazy, but
Yeah.
now we can see
Yeah.
his nuts. I mean,
But thinking about it, we bought those bathing suits with their faces on.
we should do that again.
We should.
Too bad we don't have a picture of him in his onesie with the nuts hanging out.
I don't know that that's social media.
We did have swimsuits with faces on them.
Yes.
We need to go to the beach or something with them and do that.
Them not. No, we haven't.
Yeah, and come out of the dressing room there and be like, hey, we should get the boys some too. One can wear Woodrow, one can wear Bill, and we'll just be out there.
Hey.
And it'll be 2 moms and 2 dads. No, that was quite a shocking experience for newbies. We just rolled with it because we knew.
And he jumped in the pool with it on.
I'm not sure how the nuts didn't pop when he jumped in. And it stayed buttoned.
It did. Oh, it was
under a lot of tension. I was
Yes.
afraid one of those little eyes were going to fly out and kill somebody. I'm blind!
Yeah.
Woodrow jumped in the pool and the snap flew off. Needless to say, it was one and done. If you hit that pool and...
Yeah. And that onesie is long gone.
It might have been donated to Goodwill.
I think it was.
I'm so sorry, Goodwill.
I did wash it, so we're good.
Can you imagine someone combing the rack and seeing that there and be like, hey, I know just the person for this.
Or, hey, you remember that time we were at that pool?
Oh, God. Maybe she found it again and like, hey, I wonder if your nuts would hang out if we put it on you, Big Daddy. Anyway, guys, it was hysterical.
It was priceless.
And I mean, we still laugh about it.
We do.
And we still joke with him about it.
We do, yes.
Like he'll be saying something and we'll just be like, onesie. And he'll be like, okay, I gotta be quiet now.
Okay,
Like, I've messed up.
Yes.
But anyway, that was a lot of fun. But needless to say, they did not accept our social any longer after that. That might have been mutual, though.
For sure.
But yeah, Bill's no better. Now, he hasn't put on the onesie. I wouldn't allow it. That was a no-no. Was that a purchase Woodrow made on his own, or did you know about that purchase, by the way?
I'm the one that,
Oh, my God.
it was at a previous job. He was like, I'm tired of tucking in my shirt. I was like, I'll just buy you a onesie, jokingly. He was like, okay, it'll be here in 2 days. Thank you, Amazon Prime.
Some things Amazon should not deliver. And that was one of them, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. Anyway, it made a good story.
It did.
Like I said, we still joke about
And
it.
he never wore it to work.
Well, you have to button him every morning to get in it.
And he went,
how would he go to the bathroom? You just have to let it free hang. Like,
well, it was.
well, I mean, he couldn't wear his whitey tighties with it. I mean, it was kind of like a leotard. I guess.
It was.
You
Yeah.
know, luckily it wasn't all one piece and like sewn in gusset at the bottom when he put it on. He had to pull it over to one side. Heaven forbid the other end needed to go. He had to strip down all the way. Now you know how it feels, but us girls have to wear these onesies under our clothes. Now you know how it feels. Try to go to the bathroom with one of them things on. Like the pantsuits.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
thank you. I'm not taking everything off to go.
I hate going to the bathroom at halftime of a derby game.
all that gear.
Yeah, that petty as hell.
Well, you can't get the gear back on.
Yeah.
There have been times where halftime is over and I'm still trying to get a wrist guard on because it's so wet and sweaty. I couldn't imagine trying to get that onesie on if you were hot and sweaty. Just in the men's restroom, tugging it. And people are coming in like, hey, man, are you okay?
Hey, bro.
How's it going? You need to take some sick time and go home? Sounds like you're having a hard time in there. You're struggling.
You out of breath, sir. What's going on?
Anyway, like I said, we go on about that one.
We do, yeah.
Because it's a highlight reel.
For
We should have had a video of it and been like, bring it up like, for his milestone birthday. It should have been on the big screen.
We could I could order another one
Oh,
when he turns like 55.
yeah. I think that might be the goal. See how low they hang out now. But anyway, guys.
Okay, yeah.
We had a good time with that
We
one.
did.
But so Bill's not off the hook either.
No.
A couple weeks ago, we were out. Bill was in one vehicle. I was in another vehicle.
Yeah.
I was in the front because I knew where I was going.
Yeah.
and
Well, you
they
were driving.
They were following
Yeah.
me because they obviously didn't know where they were going. And I'll explain why they didn't know where they were going. We pulled into the gas station to get the boys something to drink because it was going to be a little bit of a stay where we were going. Pull out of the gas station, turn my blinker on. They pull it out behind me and I make a left-hand turn going to where I know I'm supposed to be. And as I'm pulling in the driveway of the place I'm supposed to be at with a big sign in the yard there.
That says where you're going?
Yeah. It was a tattoo place. And I said, no, we're not hiding anything. But I pull in and my phone rings. And lo and behold, I see Bill's name on my phone and I answer it. And he was like, never mind. And I said, what were you calling me for? He was like, I was going to tell you were going the wrong way. And I promptly told him, you're not allowed to backseat drive if you're not in the freaking car with me. Like, you can't call.
He was backseat.
I mean,
In another car backseat.
He was in the
right?
front seat in another car. Like, your passenger calling me now, and you can't do that.
I'm not even a passenger princess.
No. You cannot call and backseat drive. If you're not in the car, you cannot backseat drive. I don't think that's a game.
No.
Like, if you and I were going somewhere, I might call and say, hey, or is our exit coming up or something? But I'm not going to call
you're
and
going
say...
to call and be like, hey, where are you going? Like, shit.
No, but I'm not going to call and say, I don't know where you're going. Because he didn't know where we were going.
Yeah. But if you did do that, we would just laugh about it. Like, yeah, bitch, I know where I'm going.
I know where I'm going. I'm just going to follow you. If we end up in hell, we end up in hell. I mean, I'm just going along
Short
for the
bus.
ride. He had the balls to pick up. He felt the need to pick up and dial and tell me I was wrong. But then he realized he was wrong. Yeah. And then it was just like, never mind. It wasn't a, I'm sorry, never mind. It was just, never mind. So if I hadn't gotten to expand on why he was calling me, I never would have known he was trying to backseat drive. I mean, I'm one of those, the passenger princess with him, and I control the air. I control the radio. I control who can have a drink in the car and who cannot. Who can control if we're stopping to pee or not.
Who's ringing the bell in the car?
I honk the horn. Somebody pulls out in front of him, I'm the horn honker. Don't touch that. I mean... Because he doesn't do it. He's not an aggressive driver like me. He's just going to let somebody pull out. Not me, man. You're gonna hear that the passenger's pissed off, not the driver.
And then you piss off the passenger, which then pisses off a backseat driver.
And the backseat driver's got his middle finger up because he's heard the bell ring. He's been conditioned. Yeah. And then he'll say, get off your phone, or nice blinker, donkey dick.
Yeah, there you go.
Which he doesn't hear from the front passenger princess. I don't say things like that. But yes, gentlemen, you cannot backseat drive from another vehicle. If you trust me to drive and lead you where we're supposed to go, do not call me and tell me I'm going the wrong way. Especially when I'm going the right way on pulling. I wanted to go out and be like, point out the sign and start pulling in like, hey, we got where we were supposed to go. Yeah. Go figure.
Because you've only been there, never.
Yeah. I mean, tell me I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah. Rude.
And the sad thing is, folks, he used to be a long-haul truck driver. Gonna call and tell me I'm going the wrong. I made a left when I should have been going right because we thought I should go further down the road. Anyway, folks. Don't backseat drive from another vehicle.
Yeah. Well, not recently. But we had
it's been longer than I thought.
I know.
The other day. But anyway,
Like 3-4 years?
Yeah.
I still feel like it was yesterday.
Well, after the shots in the pool yesterday, it did. I had PTSD.
Yes.
I had PTSD of heartburn. I couldn't figure out what to blame it on. And I was like, oh, God, I know what it is. So
I say recently, not recently. We had a super cool Uber driver named Woodrow.
Yeah.
We decided we were both going through some things and we needed a night out.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what we were going through at the time.
Life. I mean, as always.
Yeah.
We're always going through something.
Yeah. But we were both in a rut, you could say.
Yeah. And we just wanted to get out.
We just needed to get out, the two of us.
And it was local.
So
we knew somebody could come and pick us up once we'd had a good time.
Yeah.
And we didn't drive ourselves there.
No, we did not.
We
knew children were taken care of.
Yes. And we were being dropped off. We could be picked up.
Yeah. So we went to a concert.
We did.
At this local place.
That's no longer here, and we know why now.
Yes. So we get dropped off by Uber de Woodrow.
Yes.
We pre-gamed a little bit.
Not
a lot. No.
We weren't having shots at the house. It was more like we had a beer.
A beer, yeah.
Beer or two. And then we got in the car and headed out there. Yeah. It wasn't a lot.
We got dropped off and we ate, explored,
where we wanted to stand.
Yeah.
And it was a standing concert. It wasn't a seated. Yeah.
So we got a beer, two.
Yeah, I think we had two or three beers.
We ate.
I mean, it wasn't a lot of beers.
No, it wasn't.
But we ate. We ate. We can't say we didn't.
Enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then concert was starting. We got another beer.
Yeah.
2 shots apiece.
Yeah, and they weren't. I know I had lemon drops.
I think
You had a lemon drop.
Yeah,
too,
we
didn't
both
you?
had a lemon drop, which was fine.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, one more shot.
Yeah.
Get our beers, go get our spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we have a shot of?
Well, we requested Jack Daniels.
Yes.
Because it was a special that night.
Yes,
believe.
it was.
I did believe.
Yeah.
But the shot was not chilled.
No, warm.
It was warm.
Warm.
Now I like warm alcohol. I know I'm the weird one here.
You're Canadian. It's normal.
Well, I spent some time in Canada, so I no longer like the cold stuff. But
yeah.
But
anyways,
it was even too warm for me.
Yeah. It was
like it was.
I
don't
don't do warm. I can't.
But it was like it came out of the back room almost hot.
Yeah.
Like
hot.
It wasn't. And we didn't see her pour them.
No. Most bars, those that don't know, have a mirror behind the bar.
Yeah.
Where you can see them pouring. No mirror. We did not see her pour.
And she turned to the side and turned around and poured the 2 shots and then sat them on the table.
And almost kind of, not like open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she put them on the bar and we picked them up in our beer and we went over to our spots.
Yeah. So we had the warm shot.
Yeah.
Had our beers.
Yeah.
Enjoyed the concert.
Well, let's expand on enjoyed that concert. How do we know we enjoyed that concert?
Because there's video and photo evidence that we enjoyed this concert.
But ladies and gentlemen, we don't remember that concert.
No, we do not.
And I mean, we have been drunk.
Yes.
Especially on New Year's and whatnot. And I might not remember certain things of the New Year's, but I
we
definitely
remember majority.
Until that point where somebody has to be carried out to the car.
Or somebody adds fireball to a margarita. Another story. I'm sure. But yeah.
But we've never been. And we know better than when we're out.
That whole night from the house. I mean, we had like 4 beers.
Yeah.
2 shots apiece.
But we also know when we're out not to get that.
I mean, we knew we had a safe ride. I mean, and we both.
But we knew better. We knew not to get really drunk, and that's why it's kind of confusing because it was a new situation. Like I knew the band, like the band that was there.
We knew the place from seeing pictures,
but we'd never been there.
Never been there.
So that's a red flag not to get drunk, or that drunk. And somehow
we managed to call.
I remember texting him, I think, and saying, "Hey, we're almost done," because I knew the last song of the set.
Yeah.
And we walked out the door, and lucky for us,
he was at the front door.
He was at the front door waiting on us.
But as we were walking out at the valet table, whatever you want to call it, 2 men standing there, they made some offhand comment. I don't even remember.
Shady. But it's odd that we remember that.
But something to the effect of, do you have a ride or are you... Do you know where you're...
Do you ladies need a ride or something along that?
Yes. Thankfully, Woodrow was like right there.
I don't even think we got out the door all the way.
Yeah, and we saw... Yeah, he was... I mean...
And mind you, when he picked us up, we were covered in head to toe silver glitter. And he had a newest truck.
I think in that moment, because I remember that, and I remember us like pushing each other in the back of the truck, like helping, and he helped. I think for that moment, I feel like I sobered up briefly for that moment.
Yes.
I don't remember getting home, getting out of the car.
Yeah.
I don't.
See, now I remember most of that. I
remember bits and pieces.
But we were very lucky that
Drew,
I mean, he knew we were going to be calling and needing a ride.
Yes.
But we were lucky that he was on it. Came and picked us right up.
Yeah.
Because
he did not lollygag.
No. He was right there.
Yes.
And he loaded 2 very drunk ladies into his car.
Yes.
Covered in glitter. And mind you, it was a fairly new truck. All black.
Yes.
Black interior.
Yes.
And we were covered head to toe in fine.
And I think he had his seats up. So in the back seat.
I don't know. I just know we got in.
Yeah. But for some reason, I don't think
was he catering then maybe?
I think so. Yeah.
But we got in covered in glitter and he brought us home. So that is one bragging moment on the Witch.
Yes.
That he swooped in and
saved the day.
Yeah. Though I'm sure if we'd have gotten somewhere with guys, they would have been like, "Oh, these bitches are mean."
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
These 2? Like, oh no.
No.
These bitches are mean. Let's take them back and drop them off on the side of the road.
Exactly. Yeah. But then to end the story, we both wake up the next morning, bruises on our knees.
Wait.
Well,
One had bruises on their right knee.
Right knee.
And one had bruises on their
left knee.
And I have seen this band enough that I know what a fairly common set is.
Yeah.
And I don't remember any of it.
No.
Like any of it.
No.
It's a not local band, but it's a small band that travels around it. And I've seen several times. We've seen a couple of times together now. But yeah, Woodrow saved the day. I mean, so it's not all bad, even though the onesie, he'll never outlive. Like, he didn't pick us up in the onesie, because that would have been. So yeah, that's one bragging moment. Yeah. And I guess if we're gonna brag on Woodrow, I need to brag on Bill, because the man never hesitates when I say, "Hey, guess what I picked up today? I got 8 rabbits today." "Okay, where are we gonna put them?" I'm like, "Well, I've already worked that out. Like, let's put them here." "All right, well, let me go get the stuff and I'll build a cage for him." Or, "Hey, I found this neglected dog on the side of the road. I think it's a dog. It might be a coyote. It'd be a rabid Wolverine. I don't know." But he never questions.
Speaking on the animals, you're currently taking care of 5 squirrels.
4 squirrels. 4 baby squirrels. Yeah. Pinky baby squirrels.
Yeah.
Yeah. He never hesitates when I say, "Hey, I'm going to be bottle feeding something up every 2 hours, feeding puppies, rabbits, cats, dogs, big horses, cows, squirrels,
children."
I tried to take on skunks, and he was like, "Oh, I might have to draw the line at skunks. Like, hold up, let's pump these brakes a little bit. What are we going to do when they?" Well, that's what I try. Yeah. There's no brakes on this ride. Yeah. You knew getting in that there was no brakes. There were no brakes. But he did. He did say we might have to hold up on the skunks since we didn't know somebody that might descent them for us. But I mean, I told him I wanted a porcupine, and we went down and saw the porcupine, and he was like, "Yeah, we can have a porcupine." A little pricey, but I mean, he's always
willing.
Yeah, maybe not so when I got a snake, and his 16-year-old collects spiders, but he goes along with it. I mean,
you do have a zoo.
I do have a mini zoo, tortoise. We got dogs, cats, chickens, turkeys, which Dane loves, by the way.
Does he?
Yeah, check out number 3 podcast about the feral child. You'll find out that he loves birds
and snakes.
And sometimes he brings them home.
Yeah.
One time he brought home a dog, and she had 8 puppies. So I have to remind him when he says, "Do we really need another?" And I'm like, 8 puppies. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I did bring that one home." So they do have things that get thrown back up at them.
Woodrow.
Oh, gosh.
So he used to cater.
Yeah, had his own
food truck.
Delicious food, by the way.
Yes, barbecue.
Barbecue.
But life took us in a different direction.
Well, as it often does.
Yeah. So I guess it's just a pet peeve, I don't know, soapbox moment for me, whatever you want to call it.
I got you.
So he made his own spice rub up. Say this is the top of the lid, so he uses it. He's out of it. Instead of throwing it in the trash, he just turns it upside down on the counter, puts it back in the cabinet. And so I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to make some chicken." You get the pepper?
No pepper.
No pepper.
Yeah. And some people might say he was doing that to remind himself to buy some more.
Well, that was his excuse.
Make a list.
That's what I said.
We can put you a little board on the fridge.
I have an ALEXA.
Yeah, and just put it on there. Yeah. Don't save it.
Yeah.
Don't take up space with it.
But he would replace it by not throw the old one away. So we have like 4 empty bags.
In a row. Yeah, I got that. Like that's a little peevish.
Yeah.
Peevish.
He has gotten better though.
Well, just starting him with the onesie.
Yeah.
You keep doing that. We're getting another onesie.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna wear it at your current job. The tips might go up then. Or they might come down. I know what we can say. Big tip, I won't wear this to deliver your food anymore.
We could get it embroidered with his new
logo. Yes. And then the word around town will be, if you get Eric with a K, large tip, he won't come back like that.
His wife wants a beach house.
And we need front row seats.
Yes.
So just keep Keep tipping, folks. Keep tipping.
Yeah.
Tip your drivers, folks. No matter who it is, tip your drivers.
Yeah.
I have a great story about Bill.
I can't wait.
Just the other night, we were out, and we'd had dinner somewhere, I don't remember where, and it was Bill and the boys and I, and we had to stop by Dollar General and grab just a few things, like tinfoil, and stuff we'd forgotten at the grocery store. And there's one, like, 2 minutes from my house, as Dollar Generals are.
Yeah.
I think the bag blows in the wind, and where it lands.
For sure.
So anyway, we're at the Dollar General, and we're walking around gathering up our few things. And then we get up to the cashier to pay. And the boys and I are lagging behind, looking at the, impulse candy, that we all don't need.
Or, the phone charger. Yeah. 12 foot long.
Yeah. We're looking at all that. And then we're walking forward, and just the smell, this wall of smell hits us. And I look at Caden, and Caden looks at me, and Dane covers his nose and said, "Oh God, who farted?" And then Bill promptly turns around and hands me his debit card and says, "Hey, can you pay for this? I have got to go to the bathroom." So he asked the little clerk, "Is your bathroom open?" Now, had the clerk said no, I don't know what would have happened. And thank God it was open. But here I am standing in this smell, not making eye contact with the cashier because I'm like, oh God, like,
No.
I don't get embarrassed, but it's like, this is awful, folks. Like, this would curl your hair. Like, it was just... and Dane was standing at the door ready to go out to the car because he did not want to be in this smell. And what I should have asked her was, can you point me to the Depends? Because I'm pretty sure his are full now. It was bad, ladies and gentlemen. And then I don't know his pin, and I accidentally hit the pin. And then I put in what I thought might be the pin, and it said wrong pin. Meanwhile, we're standing in this smell. The cashier's having to stand in the smell because the transaction isn't done. And I'm like, oh God. Then you have that panic. Like, oh God, I'll just give him my card.
Yeah.
I don't care. So now Dane has a new nickname for the Dollar General.
And what is that? We
are now calling them the Farter General.
Oh, all right.
And it doesn't matter if nobody else has farted in it. Yeah. It's the Farter General.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a tick in Bill's corner that's not good.
Yeah.
Like, don't leave me with your fart, dude. Like, don't. Yeah. I live in a house full of boys. And what has been happening tonight while we're here, that wasn't me. That was Thor.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was my brother.
And my thing, why does he blame it on Thor? That's his buddy.
I was just not blaming it on us.
What?
Can you imagine us being in public and just hear that rip of a fart and he'd be like, Jen, Amanda. Hey, if he's going to call me Jen, he's going to have to start calling you Amanda.
I got called Jen earlier today. So before we go into the next story about can we segue to that with another story about the older child?
The farts in the family.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm going to exclude myself from this. I'm going to say the male farts in this household.
Yes, for sure.
Because women, we know we let the silent ones, and then we kind of giggle and laugh till somebody smells it, and then they look over and see you laughing, and they're like, God, you did that.
Yeah.
But that's how it rolls. We were attending a concert.
Yes.
It had rained, and we had gotten up, and we came back to our seats, and nobody was really sitting around us.
Yeah.
I think people kind of gave it.
It was
a pretty serious downpour.
Yes.
And we're sitting here, and it's me and the chunk in the middle.
Yeah.
And then the Goomba on the other side.
There was a seat in between it.
Yeah. And we're sitting in metal type seats. Like they're plastic seats, but they're on metal rail.
Yeah.
And there's metal stairs going all the way up, like bleachers all the way up.
Yeah.
And we were in an upper section because we are front row bitches on the nosebleed budget. We have sat in the nosebleeds there. That was for a whole other concert.
Yeah, we didn't sit.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're sitting there. And all of a sudden, it feels like somebody fell.
Yes.
It absolutely, I turn around on my side
and look. We both turn around.
And she turns around on her side and looks. And there's nobody behind us.
Yeah, nobody.
Meanwhile, the middle child is sitting between us, and we look over at him to see if he might have felt a said thing, and he just goes, waffle. And she and I both know that is his code word, that he has let out a fart.
Yes.
And that fart
smelled like a waffle.
And it rattled the seat.
Yes.
Absolutely rattled the seat.
Yes.
And I am thankful that nobody else was there because they might have thought we were having an earthquake.
Yeah.
Because that was amazing.
Yeah.
And we both literally turned around to see if somebody had slipped and fell because it was wet.
It was very, very wet.
But it was not. It was a waffle fart. Maybe that should be our next tattoo, is a waffle fart.
I mean, we could add it.
Get a little waffle and some, the little poof cloud for messaging.
Yeah.
But anyway, the child does do farts too.
The segue to that.
Oh, and we're going back to another.
Yes, a waffle fart.
Yes.
Last month?
Yeah. One of our holiday.
Memorial Day, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was.
Either or. Anyways, pool party. We didn't want to cook or eat.
We were tired.
We were.
We've been in the pool all day.
Yeah. We're like, let's go to Waffle House.
Awful waffle.
Awful waffle. Okay. Whole nother experience. We will take out the details.
You want to eat around that, or shall I make you some more?
Yeah. Anyway, so we ate at the waffle. 2 hours later.
Yeah. We ate food.
Yeah.
We put away some food.
We did. Yes.
Yeah.
So getting back to the house, Dro rips one.
Folks, we're in a minivan too. We're in a grocery getter.
Yeah. Yes.
She's driving. I'm in the passenger princess.
Yeah.
And the boys are in the back. Yeah. It's like the 3 boys are in the back.
Yeah.
We are in the grocery.
Yeah. Woodrow lets. I think it was a silent one.
No, I think. Well,
or I don't remember.
It was a rumbler because I heard it.
Okay.
But he had pinned you.
He had pinned me and the poor Caden, the car with it, and the feral child in front of Woodrow, walking very slowly.
I'm pretty sure Woodrow needed to make a quick exit.
Yes.
He blocked himself in because your door was open.
Yes.
And he couldn't get around.
Yeah.
But then the feral child had already jumped out.
Yeah.
He had no part of that.
Deuces.
No part of that. So he's walking up the sidewalk just casually.
Yeah.
And Woodrow's behind him.
Dane, move. Dane, move.
Well, you have to be very specific with Dane.
He was moving.
Yeah, one step forward, one step forward, because he didn't say, Dane, move to the right. Dane, go faster. Dane, to the left.
Yeah.
Dane, stop. You have to be very specific with him. He is autism to the T, and if you just say move, he's going to take one step forward.
Yeah. So he was doing what he was asked. But that was, I thought I was going to die. My eyes were watering.
Well, and then he crop dusted us while we were sitting here later that evening.
He got done shitting.
Yeah, and he came back. And
walked by.
Yeah.
Rude.
You men and your farts.
Yes.
Like,
At least they claim them.
Well, the feral does not.
No, he blames everybody around.
And Bill does not. We'll be walking around Walmart and clearly smell a fart, and we'll be like, Dane will say, Phyllis, you did that? No. Well, there's somebody else on the aisle.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. The big child would claim he did.
Oh, yeah.
The little child would blame somebody else.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But he would laugh while he's blaming somebody else. Like, like he did tonight.
Yeah,
So you terrible, terrible farters.
Yes.
Now we're going to go over to Bill. My peeve with Bill and his driving. And I've already hit on this a little bit. We were going home last night. Well, last night's not a good example. We were going home one other night from here. And I looked down and we're doing 45 and a 65. Ugh. And I'm like, listen, Grandpa, this car will do 90. And I know it will do 90 because I've had it to 90.
No.
Well.
On 65?
And when you're flying up that freeway, you got to keep up with traffic.
I get you.
And, we get pulled over,
Yeah.
But you can't. I'm not impeding traffic.
I did what I did.
I'm in that far left lane.
Oh, yeah.
The prepare to meet Jesus lane.
Yeah.
And then if you're in that lane and not prepared to meet Jesus, your ass need to move over to the gravel lane.
Yeah.
But Bill will be driving somewhere and just lee-dee-da, like, bebopping along. And then I'll be like, hey, where are we going? As we go past the turn. And he'll be like, I just missed that, didn't I? And I'm like,
no.
You clearly know where we're going.
Yeah.
And you just missed that. But then, like I was saying earlier, I have to honk the horn when people cut him off because he doesn't. He just, listen, if you're not swearing when you're driving, you are not doing it right.
I will say, I've never been a big horn honk because I forget it's there. Somebody cuts me off, I'm like, you stupid, bleep.
Why are we bleeping?
Well, but we're trying to keep it PG because half the time it's not.
And then, like, we have a child that's trying to learn how to drive. And he will obviously be at a traffic light and make a right-hand turn or whatever, but he'll go all the way to that outside lane. And I'm like, you do know this is against the law.
Yeah.
Like you turn into that closest lane.
Yeah.
And then move over.
Yeah.
It's not, it's all right. Nobody else was in this lane. And I'm like,
That's how sideswipe accidents happen, sir.
But not only that, we're trying to teach a child how to drive.
Yeah.
A 16-year-old how to drive. But then he's just like, okay. Meanwhile, I'm ringing the bell on Bill, like ding, 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 ding. And that finger comes up from the back seat, and, you know.
Yeah.
But, and then he likes to, when we're at a traffic light, get on his phone, like, you know, like not scroll, but check his messages.
Yeah.
And there was a time where I know he needed to check his message because there were medical things going on with other people, and that's okay. But when the light turns green and he's still sitting there,
you go.
And I'm like, green, green, green. And then he'll go. And I'm like, you do know you're not supposed to have your phone on you.
No,
I'm not moving.
Driving.
I'm not driving.
Yeah.
Well, and he doesn't do it when he's driving. He is sitting at a traffic light. But it's just like, dude, Lily the Mastiff joining us for a little visit. The little heads bobbing there.
Yes.
But yeah, the driving dude, like he refuses to speed. Me, on the other hand, I keep it around 9 miles over. That's my range. And I figure if I'm going to get stopped for 9 over, then I get stopped for 9 over. But, you know, at least it's not double digits.
Triple.
Well, yeah, triple digits.
Who's going to teach 16-year-old how to drive?
Not Woodrow.
Or Bill.
Or Bill. It'll be the two moms.
Okay, cool. So.
There won't be any bell in your car, though, just so you know.
He might need the bell. He does not swear.
That's a whole nother story, too. We need to make sure when we do a chunk story that we talk about somebody offered him money to swear and he turned down money. Anyway.
Ignore the dog barking. Anyway, Woodrow worked nights for a little bit.
Yeah.
While we were here.
Yeah.
Or what?
Since you've been here.
Yeah. Whatever.
When you first got here, wasn't it?
Yeah. So he was on third shift, and I work about 45 minutes away.
You leave at the ass crack of dawn.
Yes, I do.
To be there on time for a job you don't like most days. Not coworkers sometimes. So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so I on my way to work, and I see a state trooper car pulled over.
The berries.
Yeah.
Calls them because they're blue.
Yeah. I am approaching said traffic stop.
Yeah.
I look over. It's my husband pulled over.
And what kind of car was he driving at the time?
A silver Kia Soul.
This is very mindful for the rest of the story because it's not a Corvette, it's not a Porsche, it's not a Ferrari.
And it's just your standard Kia Soul.
Yeah.
Nothing added, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the state has him.
Yeah. So I call him.
I still think you should have said, hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
How's it going?
Yeah. So he answered. I'm like, hey, what you doing? Oh, headed home from work. Really? He knew. I was like, so what you getting a ticket for, bro? Maybe speeding. Well, how fast were you going? Oh, I gotta go. He's coming back. Okay, call me back.
Yeah. I don't know that he was really approaching. I think he just didn't want to tell you in that moment, maybe.
Yeah. So...
let you stew on the fact that he was getting a ticket for speeding.
Yes. Yeah. So he calls me back. Hey, bro, what's up? What's that ticket for? Oh, I got a ticket. Okay. Duh. I know.
Saw ya.
Yeah. Saw ya. No
denying.
denying.
My horn going by and away. It's like, hey.
Yeah. He's like, and I was like, you know the speed limit this section of the road, 55. I know now. Okay. Cool. So he's like, well, my ticket says 74. Oh, okay. So how fast were you really going? He said 104.
Yeah.
And 4.
And I believe when we asked about that, he was just jamming to the radio.
That's what he said. Which, I mean, he gets lost. I mean, he really does. And he had his window. Yeah, I get it.
It's the man thing. Because Bill does that too. He zones out and just drives.
But I will say, he was going 104. The trooper clocked him at 99 when he pulled him over.
Well, but he dropped it down to that 74, so you did not get the reckless, or Woodrow did not get reckless driving, which is a big bonus.
And Woodrow, if you ever meet him, he's gonna be honest with you. He's
a good bullshitter too.
Yeah, he is. But when he got pulled over, state troopers like, sir, you know why I pulled you over? Yes, sir, I was speeding.
Never admit to that. You always
say, he had to. There's no denying that shit.
Well.
But then he proceeded to tell the state trooper, my wife is going to be driving by any moment and see me being pulled over. And the state trooper was like, well, just as another reminder, what if she was driving by and you were under a sheet would you want her to see that? He was like, no, sir, I would not.
No.
So, and this trooper told him, he was like, I knocked this ticket down for you because you were honest with me.
Well, and I mean, a lot of times that's good. But
yeah.
I never am going to admit that I'm speeding.
What? No.
Then if he says you were speeding, then I would say, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to outright admit it. No. Maybe he pulled me over for a tag light or a brake light. I'm not going to admit it.
But as a segue, Kia Soul, like we said, I have a Dodge Challenger. No speeding tickets on my record at all.
Yeah. Kia Soul. That's what we need to remember.
Kia Soul.
They will do 104 people.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. Get you on some good tunes. And, yeah. Hope you get pulled over by a statey that wants to keep you out of the reckless driving.
Yes.
So that would have been points on license law and high insurance. When you got. So you'd be carting him back and forth nights had that been.
No. Hell no. And so what did I tell him? When your paycheck hits the bank account, you can pay for that out of your check, not mine.
Yeah. No, and that's fair.
Yeah.
And the insurance increase should have been his too.
It didn't increase though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because he was old.
Yeah.
He'd been young.
Anyway, thankful for all that. He's not dead.
Thank you, State Trooper, for dropping that as well for that. Yeah. So anyway, I think we're going to wind it up here. We've got more stories. There'll be a whole another segment on husbands. Thankfully, they don't have their own podcast to do.
Not yet.
Well,
we're thankful for them most days.
Most days.
Yes.
And they're good most days. You know, a little trying sometimes.
Yeah, it's life.
A little frustrating. And I know they get frustrated with us.
If you're not arguing with your spouse, are you even married?
Yeah. I mean, you know, and some people say we never argue. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have difference of opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I like blue, he likes green, or whatever. I don't want a blue car, but he wants a green car, you know.
He don't want a green car, I want the green car.
Well, I know, but
anyways,
you have arguments. But anyway, they're pretty good. We're gonna keep them maybe a little longer.
Yeah.
You know, but we're still looking for that sugar daddy.
We are. That
don't want no sugar.
Yeah.
Open for takers.
Yeah. Whoa. OnlyFans. This is not OnlyFans. All right. Anyways, we could go on all night, guys.
As we often do.
Yes. Anyways.
When we leave, we're going to text each other for
sure.
sometime.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys.
Look at this trend we need to do.
Yeah, and sometimes we do them. And then other times I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, let's wrap this up.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was our episode on husbands.
Husbands, yeah.
If you see them in public, feel sorry for them.
No. Don't feel sorry for us.
Well, they knew what they were getting into. Yeah.
They made that choice. This is the one.
And funny enough, when we told them we were going to call this 2 Mouths, No Breaks, both of them were like, yep. That's just
Dead
perfect.
On. Yeah.
Couldn't have picked a better title.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for listening for 2 Mouths.
No Breaks.
Check us out on the Twitter. Or not the Twitter.
That's the
X. We're not on the X.
We on the Facebook, the TikTok, and the YouTube.
The tubers. Yes.
The tubers, yeah.
Yes. And check us out. Like us. Follow.
Comment.
Bump us up in the algorithm.
Anyways.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Deuces.
Bitches.